Okay, everybody is back. Take it away, Bob.
Thank you. I'd like to ask, I have time for two people to talk about either what they felt or found in the breakout rooms or what's been going on in your mind. So just reach down to the below your screen. You see that little thing place that says reaction, and just tap that and hit the hand and let us see somebody that wants to talk. I really would love to hear from a couple of you that were in the breakout rooms. Margaret wants to share.
Okay, so forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, I had a great group, and we all find Gregg Braden very accessible and much more comprehensible than Dispenza. And we each had a different experience of the book, of the teachings, but at the same time, it's all about. I hope I'm saying this accurately. Really having a higher vibration. Nobody actually said that, but that's what I was thinking as I was listening. People accessing their hearts so that uh, they could do their artwork. That actively using their own energy and their heart energy to create new ways of manifesting what they love in the world. So that's not all they said, but that is one thing that was really obvious and interesting to me.
Thank you, Margaret. That's beautiful. Thank you. Randy, we're going to Barbara Dumont. Barbara Dumont. Randy will come and unmute you, Barbara.
Well, I was in the same group as Margaret, and we focused on, first of all, clearing out past tapes that keep us grounded in the lower emotions, and then looking at spiritual disciplines, I guess, that raise us into the higher vibrations, and focusing on artwork, because two of our group were artists who have found it freeing to meditate, to give kind of a free rein to the creative energies in that way.
I have a question for you, Barbara. I totally agree, incidentally, that art is absolutely a wonderful way to express the divine within us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if appreciating art can do the same thing.
I would hope so, because when I look at myself, I don't call myself an artist, but I do love to look at beautiful artwork, and it does lift my spirit. The same way that beautiful music can lift me and just take me to another level of positivity, if that makes any sense.
Makes perfect sense, because in fact, see, every week I do this class, and I do another class, and I do several counseling sessions, and I do several meetings, and I do the Sunday talk, and all that's Bob talking. So that's all intellectual stuff. But it's impossible, not hard, but impossible for me to describe spirit or to describe a spiritual experience. It's impossible, because it's not of this dimension.
No.
But if you look at Van Gogh's painting, any one of his paintings, if you really look, you'll feel something inside that doesn't have any words. Same thing with all good art, with all good music. If you listen to the Swan played on a cello, or Meditation from Thais, oh, breaks your heart. It's just something happens that no words can ever say.
Mhm.
So I think one of the pathways to spiritual oneness definitely is through art. I'm so glad you guys talked about that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to finalize tonight by going to a place in the book that you read, and in chapter 3. If you're looking at your book right now, you can pick it up and go to page 88 if you want to, but or not, doesn't matter, because I'm going to read it aloud anyway. but Gregg Braden is talking here about praying and about asking for things and about trying. And so what it comes down to is creating your own reality. And if I can just paraphrase here, and I won't bother reading too much because I know you already read it, but he says here, relating to our ability to participate in the events of life, health, and family, a comparison of the modern biblical version of ask and you shall receive. For example, with the original text, for example, with its an original text gives us an idea of just how much can be lost. The modern and condensed King James Version of the Bible reads, "Whatsoever ye ask of the Father in my name, he will give it to you. Hitherto have ye asked nothing in my name. Ask and you shall receive, that your joy may be full." I could talk a little bit more about the dogma behind that created that being the way it is. When we compare this with the original text, what he's talking about is the Aramaic going all the way back to the beginning. We see that the key that's left out in the following paragraph, I've emphasized the missing part by underlining it. So it says, so I'm reading, all things that you ask straightly, directly from inside my name, you will be given. So far, you haven't done this. So ask without hidden motive and be surrounded by your answer. Be enveloped by what you desire, that your gladness be full. And what he's talking about here is that you have to know that what you ask for will be fulfilled. God just can't. I mean, I've preached this so much that I get sick of hearing my own voice, but you've got to trust. You've got to have faith. And the way faith is exemplified is that if I'm asking for a certain thing to happen, then I have to experience it in my heart and in my emotions as having already happened, as happening right now, as happening right now. I have to experience it happening right now. I can't come begging for it, because hear this if you don't hear anything else. When you want something, when you desire something, if you don't own that which you desire, you push it away. Because in the wanting of it and not owning it, you say, I don't have it. I want it. I don't have it. I want that. I'm 13 years old. I want a candy apple red bicycle. I've seen it in the store window. I want it, want it, want it, want it. I don't have it. I can't have it. That's why I'm wanting it, because I can't have it. If I could have it, I wouldn't be wanting it. I'd be owning it in my heart, knowing that I'm going to get it. But in wanting it, I keep saying it's not mine, it's not mine, it's not mine, it's not mine. And that's the affirmation that I'm doing. So what the master is saying here, and what Dispenza said, and what Braden's saying, and what all the great teachers are saying, is that you have to own it. When you don't come begging for it. Jesus said, pray knowing your prayers are answered. And our incredible, marvelous, unbelievably wonderful prayer chaplains. If you go to a prayer chaplain, And if you haven't done that, you should always go to a prayer chaplain, because you don't know what you're missing if you don't go to a prayer chaplain and ask for a prayer, because you'll find out that they don't ask for anything in your name. They affirm that you've got it. And you come away content and confident that that's a truth. So one of the things that I want to leave you with tonight is that what you ask for, you already have. And if you don't know that, then you can't have it. If you don't know that, you can't have it. During this next week, will you please meditate? That's the pathway to divinity. Not that meditation by itself means anything, because meditation doesn't mean anything. What happens is that you get outside of your small mind. You get outside of your yin yang, what's going on in your life, and you extrapolate yourself outside of that, perhaps above the top of your head, where all is just emptiness. And then the real you appears. The real you appears. And in that place, you can own that which you desire, which leads you to a higher level of divinity. So meditate this week. If it's only 15 minutes a day, read chapter 4 and watch how your feelings create your world. Watch how your feelings create your world.